Good afternoon. Welcome to the end of the year. Glenn, Crimson Lotus tea. You guys know that. Gonna have some fun, brew a little tea, talk about stuff, and yeah. So if you guys are drinking tea, which I assume you are, let me know what you're drinking. Post it in the chat. We'll talk about it. Say hi. And we'll have some fun. Gemma's in the background here. Gary is taking a nap, so it should be nice and quiet. Gemma's kind of peeking over. She wants to see what's going on. Gemma, you want to say hi real quick? Just come over here. You can come over here and say hi real quick, all right? Say hi. Say hi. Get your head in there. There you go. Hi. All right. Yeah. 2021 is done, and it will be. It's actually mostly done for tons of people already. Let's see, where are we at? So yeah, I've got some tea. We're gonna brew some tea, and we'll talk about like our sale. We'll talk about 2021, and then 2022 is coming up. It's like 2020 again, right? It's 2020 number 2. 2022, something like that. Anyways, Rose in the chat, Kalije's in the chat, Ty's in the chat, a lot of people in the chat, Winking Cat's in the chat. Cool. Let me know if the music is too loud or anything like that, or if the microphone volumes are off. I'll see what I can do. So I wanted to start off with let's see. So I got an email from a guy in Seattle. His name's Bruce. And Bruce is like, hey, I've got a cake of tea. I don't know what it is. I'd like to find something similar to it. If I sent you some, could you brew it? And let me know what it is, and let me know what in your inventory might be most similar to it. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna brew up a mystery tea from a little chunk that he sent. YouTube volume seems quiet. All right, let me see if I can adjust the YouTube volume real quick while we're here. I was wondering about that. Let's see. Probably maybe up there. How's the YouTube volume for everybody else? YouTube volume okay, or is it not? There's a bunch of people on YouTube. I can bump the gain up a little bit or something. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm still trying to get used to some new settings and stuff on here. It looked like it was a little bit low, but I don't want it to be too loud for people. Let people kind of control it from their side if they need to. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad the Instagram actually works out pretty good. I'm glad I got both these going. Right. So I got a tea from Bruce, and I haven't been feeling good lately. I don't know, with the holidays and the winter storm and stuff, and like who knows what's going around. And slightly muffled. It might sound slightly muffled. I wonder if I don't know. It's not entirely impossible that I messed up something on the configuration here, but check one, check. Anyways, sorry about the YouTube. If the YouTube isn't the YouTube's not at 100%. Sorry, I'm not. I'm making changes to settings, trying to get things to work out, but it looks like I may have messed some stuff up. So I will have to figure that out in the background later, and that's what I'll do. So, anyways, boosted it up just a little bit there. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Cool. Yeah. So, hey, Christopher Lopez Drums. Speaking of Christopher Lopez Drums, the winner of the contest last. One of the winners of the contest last month. This is the contest this month. A cake of the original Dark Depths. This is the original, the 2018 version. See, it says 2018 on there. It says 2018 on there. So if you there's still a couple hours left, 8 hours left for the contest. What's China Tea in the chat? What's going on? Yeah, if yeah, a couple hours left for the contest. Drink some of our tea, take a picture of it, post it to Instagram, tag it with Crimson Lotus Tea, hashtag Crimson Lotus Tea, and every post is another entry. So there is still time. So great. Like I said, I got a tea from Bruce, and he wanted me to figure out what it is, and I haven't even opened it up yet. So we're gonna take a look at it. Like I said, I've been feeling a little under it lately, and so really stuffed up, so it's kind of hard to smell and taste teas if you can't smell and taste teas. Let's see. The mic sounds slightly muffled though. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what it is. Usually this microphone just like works super awesome, but I wonder if it oh, you know what? I bet sometimes the cable just gets a little weird. Check 1, check 2. I don't know. Maybe I just made it work. Tell you what, I'm just gonna leave that alone, and we'll have to make do with it what we can. Right. So yeah, I got this tea from Bruce. Figured we'd brew up a little mystery tea for the end of the year, and then I got something nice after this. So it looks like it's 9.6 grams. I'm guessing it's just a. I'm guessing it's probably just a standard show. If it's not a standard show, it looks fairly heavily compressed. He didn't send me pictures of the cakes. He said he didn't have much left. He was actually traveling in China. Maybe he bought it in Dali or something like that. So he had a really nice tea. A nice tea with the experience that he had over there, and wanted to see if we had something that was similar to it. So we shall see. So if you guys have fun New Year's plans, let me know. Let me know what's going on. I'm kind of curious about what everybody's doing. What you guys are doing tonight. Josh Carrasco, what are the chances you have just the top to this guy one that you're using lying around? Just asking in need. I don't. Sorry. I don't. This is actually the only one that I have here in the States. Is just this one, and we don't have any. We don't have any spares. I think we had some, like for a while there. I was like giving people like spares and stuff, and then we just kind of ran out of everything. So I'm sorry about that. And yeah, Solo the Tea Beast. It's got your tea pot. Pretty cool. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, we're still trying to find some good sources for some Celadon Gaiwans, and just not really finding anything that's working for us. Hey, Philippe, you got your Black Friday order today. Yeah. By the way, now's the perfect time to order for the Chinese New Year. If you want stuff to arrive in May, now's the time. We're looking at shipping time is really realistically like 2 months plus at this point in time. It was kind of like 1 month for a while, and then it was like 1 to 2 months, and now it's solid 2 months. And we're seeing just as many delays on the destination side as we are on the source side. So it's really stressful. You can't still order this guy one. So that's all we got, man. Slightly minty. It's very sweet. This will be kind of fun. To check this out. I mean, hey, I've been surprised before. It could be super mega aged pu-erh, but I think it's just it looks like a standard imperial grade sort of imperial grade pu-erh. So we'll see. Give it a wash and then wait. Rose having a party. Win-win party. Might have to sneak out to brew some tea. Hang out here though. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for hanging out, chat, having some fun with us. Thanks, Josh, for saying our teas are worth the wait. It's really stressful, man, when people order stuff and it doesn't show up. It stresses me out. Like I don't like it. It makes me upset. You know, people order, you have to wait 2-3 months, and the tracking situation doesn't help at all. You know, once it arrives in country, I mean, like in the U.S., like the queues are so incredibly long right now that they don't even bother opening the containers until they have the capacity to process it. So that means it will just sit in some warehouse unscanned in the Bay Area for a month. Yeah, Collegiate, you said all your packages are coming on the 3rd. That's pretty pretty awesome. New year, new tea. Yeah, this aroma is very marzipan-ish. I think that's a fancy way to say almond paste. Anyways, let's see what we got here. It was pretty heavily compressed, so I'm gonna give it another quick wash, and then we'll get started with it. But I think it's just a regular standard standard pu-erh, so I'd probably recommend something like Cloudy Days. Although I wish, no, maybe our white label brick, white label brick or cake. Those are pretty nice, standard, straightforward show flow. Yeah, so we have a New Year's sale going on right now, which is awesome. So there is the opportunity to get teas and teaware at a 10% off. 10% off discount. You can use the code Happy New Year on the site. And after the sale, we're going to have to make some of the teas a little bit more expensive. It happens. You know, we kind of keep track of inventory and costs and a bunch of different stuff. And then occasionally we do have to make some of the teas more expensive. So we've got a small list on the site of teas that are going to be getting more expensive after the sale. And so now is your chance to get them at the original price and with 10% off, which is, I don't know, we just like to give people that option. Chivek Christmas tea. It is late. It's late for Christmas tea. What are you drinking, Chivek? New Year tea indeed. New Year tea and new games. Waiting on Elder Ring to come out. Nice. Let's see. Oh, this is really nice. Really clean. Really clean earthiness to it. Wonder how much of that is storage. Little storage aroma. 2014 cloudy days. This is actually probably pretty close to that. So there we go. They're actually it's still pretty heavily compressed. It's taking a while to crack this one. Let me heat up the water a little bit more. I need a cup. So I'm analyzing teas, tasting teas. I'll use a little porcelain cup here. Yeah, Rose says, get that Seattle inventory beneath an Emerald Sea while it's cheap. Yeah, that one is not going up in price. It went up in price last year, so we don't really have to worry about that. And that one probably won't be going up in price again for another year or so, unless the inventory gets really low. But we always kind of like to stretch things out a little bit, so we have more teas to offer. So when inventory starts to get a little bit low, if it seems right, we'll bump the price up a little bit. So, but that's business. That's the tea business. Excuse me. All right, there we go. Starting to get some color out of it. So it's pretty heavily compressed. So it's probably steep quite a while. After this, we're gonna brew in a silver pot because I love my silver pot, and I haven't brewed it in a while. And it seemed like, hey, end of the year, perfect time. Bust out the good stuff. Drinking Sprawl after this. It's also tea I'm excited about. All right, let's take a look at the color. Actually, it's super. It's kind of hard to see. It's actually very clean. It's got a little dust and residual. Pull out a little flashlight. Yeah. Kind of like keep a little flashlight around. Check out the color. It's pretty nice and not too dirty. I kind of like to see that in the show floor. Sometimes you get some of that show floor, and it's not always bad, but it's like sometimes Lao Cha tones, there's just like so much extra dust. It just gets super thicky. It gets super thick. Actually, cloudy days would probably be a pretty good. This tastes a lot like tea that we had our very first year when we were actually I still have a couple cakes at around. It's the one that we blended. It's the one that we blended cloudy days to be like. I bet this and cloudy days pretty similar. It's not really thick. It's super it's pretty light. It doesn't have a whole lot of body to it. But it's got some nice flavor. The earthiness is really clean. Really clean earthiness. I'll give it another steep or two and give Bruce some feedback. Maybe I'll just send him a link to a video. Hey, Bruce, we brewed your tea on stream. Yeah, you're right, Ty. With Lao Cha To, cups still have like that residual puddle down at the bottom even after like 10 steeps. It's really similar to like a like a French press. You know, when you got like a really coarse grind coffee and you got your French press, you know, like steeping it for a while. You pour it into your mug, and then when you're done with your mug, there's just a sludge of mud down on the bottom. Super strong. Yeah, the pu-erh process produces a lot of dust. It's an incredible amount of dust, actually. They actually have special anti-static machines that they run the dust through. You can see it in some of the videos that we posted about pu-erh. And that's actually pretty cool, and it removes a significant amount of just like the dust. And it's not like ambient dust, because most of the stuff is covered, but it's dust like from the quickened process of biological leaf material breaking down. It just really produces a lot of very, very fine particulate. Hey, not too bad. Produces a lot of really fine particulate, and if you don't take it out, it makes the cup really dirty. And that's not bad. I mean, the dust actually adds a little body and stuff, but generally the dust is removed. And then also you have to water it down before the pu-erh can be pressed. So you water it down so it's just otherwise it's just too hard to press it dry. Speaking of, I actually had something interesting to show. I forgot about this. I had done some experiments the last time when we were at a pressing factory, and I wanted to show you guys the results of that. So when you do hydraulic compression, which is the standard, I mean, some people still do like the actual stone thing where they put the stones on there. We kind of do a combination of things. You do some pressing. So you do a hydraulic pressing to get the base shape in, and then put it under a stone to kind of rest for that. But the hydraulic process, you can actually press it for as heavy as you want and for as long as you want. You know? So there's like stoppers on a hydraulic machine that'll stop it at like a certain depth. So there's a lot of fine tuning to get the cake just right. And if you're there, you can look at a cake, pull it out, test the results and stuff, and kind of see exactly what you want. And so I had made a whole bunch of test cakes at all the different like compression levels. So this is a very, very, very loosely compressed pu-erh. So it's the exact same thing. This is 50 grams. It's actually barely held together. It would actually be really hard to wrap that up. It would almost fall apart from your hands. And the compression level that we go for is somewhere like right about here, maybe a little bit heavier than this. So notice it's actually about twice as thin as the other one. This is actually pretty solid, but it's still relatively easily openable. You can just slide a little Bing Slayer in from the edge there. At the far extreme would be like this. So this is a brick, super heavy. This is like the heaviest compression that they would recommend for that, and this is actually pretty solid. So it's just interesting to see how the same tea, the exact same amount, like the difference between them, can actually be quite huge, just based on the compression level. So look at that; it's almost half as thick. Maybe it doesn't come across on the camera too well. But and then this one here will actually this will age like significantly faster than this one will, because there's more surface area and the material can go in and out of that. And that's there's pros and cons to that. Sometimes if something ages too fast, it just kind of, I don't know, it just seems like the tea gets exhausted and then doesn't really have much more to go. But something that's a little bit heavier, compressed, maybe without like a super mega humid environment. Yeah, to each their own. Everybody's got their own ideas about how they want their tea to be done. But I kind of lean towards the long haul approach to tea aging. But I do really like a nice super humid storage as well. Pretty nice. So if you guys have been following our Instagram, which I'm sure you have if you're actually here and watching, we've had a ton of snow here, and which it's not unusual. What's unusual is that the snow has stuck. Usually when you get snow in Seattle, you get a nice big heavy snow, maybe like just like 1 or 2 inches. It'll come all in one go, and then it'll be really nice for like a day, and then the sun comes out and just melts it all. It's just what happens all the time. But this year we had a big cold snap right after the snow dump, and the snow is here to stay, and it is not advisable to actually drive out into the snow because nobody knows how to drive in the snow here. It gets really dangerous. I grew up in Michigan, so I got some experience with snow and pretty decent driving in the snow. But man, people around here, they're horrible. They are horrible in the snow. Orlando Ramirez, what is going on? It's good to see you. Orlando Ramirez says generally the compression of your cakes is right in the middle, which is nice. Yes, we're baby bear. Not too heavily compressed, not too lightly compressed, just right in the middle, just right. Chivek says finds that Maucha feels a bit hollow when compared to cakes. Never had a direct comparison where compression was the only variable. Yeah, that might be an interesting way to just describe it. It just like the process happens so fast. Now, I mean that said, there's some really interesting aged Mauchas that I absolutely enjoy. But yeah, that's an interesting way to describe it. Described it as hollow. Yeah, Orlando, you like my analogy? I have kid books on my brain, so all my analogies are going to be coming from children's stories. It's a good analogy, though. Makes sense. It's just right. Sometimes when we have pressed things too heavy, I just don't. I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy with the results. I think the original Space Girls and those bricks way too heavily compressed. Man, those things would probably stop a bullet. But that's the problem with like square shapes. A square is really hard to hold those edges unless it has a really strong compression. So that's one of the side effects of square pressing for the shapes. So we've been sticking more with round shapes lately. I love the aesthetics of like a nice big square brick, but the compression has got to be too high. Tea cake name Baby Bear. I could do that. I could make a tea called Baby Bear. There was so with all the snow, we've had a whole bunch of like animal tracks, like going through the yard and stuff. And so I'll go with the kids and we'll do like a little tracking. We'll like follow the tracks and kind of like see where they go and see if we can figure out like what it was. And we had this really weird set of prints that was, I don't know, like sometimes it was really light and it looked like a squirrel, and then other times it was like a little heavier and you could see like a tail. It looked like it was like a bunny was like sitting there or something. But then I swear sometimes it had like a very distinct like cloven hoof print, like a deer or something. So I mean, if the weather was any warmer, I would assume chupacabra, but I think it's a little bit too cold for chupacabra. So I forgot we had a video camera, and so a security system, and so I ran it back through the night to kind of see see what was out and about, and it was a rabbit, big fat rabbit. And so I showing the video to the kids and having them try and guess what it is, and Tim was like, "It's an owl," and Gary's like, "It's a baby bear." So I thought that was pretty funny. It's a baby bear, funny name. Collegiate dislikes bricks because the one I got from you was way too hard to break into. They're very hard to break into. You cut your hand a few times. Yeah, there's a trick. There's a trick to it. The trick to bricks is opening them up through the center, right? So I mean, take something like super thin and sharp, like a Bing Slayer, work it down like the edges very, very, very carefully all the way around until you can kind of get it enough where you can actually just kind of like break it into two like that. And then once it's broken into two, just snap off a piece when you need it. That's the easiest way to do it, because otherwise it's too bad. It's one of the reasons we don't do as many brick stuff anymore. And if we do bricks again, we'd have to have a higher, at least like 250 grams, because I think 200 grams is just a little bit too thin. So then that changes like the price point of it, because you actually want like a thick brick, so it's actually easy to get like your knife in there to twist it out. And I don't know, it just this is not as worth it. So, but I do like the brick stuff that we've pressed. It's good material. Yeah, Chivek. No, it's good. It's a good analogy. The saying it tasted hollow. It's a really good way to describe it. I'm trying to think if I've got anything that would be a good test in that respect. Maybe we've got some. I don't know, like a handful of materials. But I mean, it would just be stuff that I've got here, nothing that I've really been selling on the site or making for that. Oh well, no, there are some there's some matcha that we saw on the site that we also did press, and I think both of those are still available on there. Some like the autumn Hawkeye and some of the fancier stuff that we sell as loose as well. Yeah. Oh, collegiate, like the 1 kilo bricks. The 1 kilo bricks are a little bit different. I mean, because that's like a significant thickness, and so there's actually like a lot of meat to get your tea shiv into there. Like our 1 kilo bricks actually work pretty well. They're pretty easy to open. Not too tough. This tea is actually pretty thick brewing. Now that it actually opens up a little bit, it's got some nice. It's got lighter notes. It's on the sweeter side. Like I said, it's got that really strong. The only way I describe that is marzipan. I just it's not nutty, but you know, it kind of has like a sweetness of like Christmas sugar cookies or something. Yeah, that's right, Orlando. That's right. We had Stone Lion and some loose matcha. Yeah, Stone Lion was great. I really liked that, and you know, like a lot of times, like designs work so good on a square shape. You know, there's just so much you can do on that. The circle design. I mean, for example, like Stormbreaker, I kind of wanted to put into bricks because we were using it based on like a really old painting, which is, you know, like square, so it would have like lined up just right. So basically, I had to like blow it up and make it like a little bit larger, and then put the cake in the center of it. And it just visually it just didn't seem to really work well. Collegiate wouldn't mind buying a kilo brick of something at some point. It's kind of fun. Like that's when you've made it. When you buy a kilo brick, when you bought like an actual like kilo of tea. You got a whole key of poo at home. The best deal buying a kilo of tea right now is probably the Huangpian Mega Brick. We've still got some of those left. It is 1,000 grams of tea, and it's right now it's only $100. But it is one of the teas that will be getting more expensive on the third January. Sale runs till Sunday. Little hint of bitterness in this now that I'm steeping it. Now that I'm steeping it longer, it has this pu-erh sometimes has this really interesting almost iodine quality to it. I'm not really sure if that's the best. I mean, that's just the way I describe it. It's there's just like this inky feeling to it. Maybe I maybe I chewed too many like pen caps as a kid and got, you know, ink in my mouth. Just kind of tastes like I'm back in kindergarten chewing on a pen. I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just where your thoughts come. Chivek says, well, Christopher Lopez Drums highly recommends the pu-erh Mega Brick. Thank you, Collegiate. If you got a spare $100 to throw down, and you want a 1 kilo brick, that's the way to go. But then shipping's actually pretty pricey because you're you're paying a 2 kilo rate or the 1.5 kilo rate because it's a 1 kilo tea plus padding and box actually puts it above a kilo, so it comes out to be like a kilo and a half shipping rate, which is I don't know, it'd be like 15 or 20 bucks to ship it. So it's horrible. Shipping rates will be getting more expensive probably in another month or something. Yeah, China Post has been fairly regularly just jacking their rates. It's a little disappointing. Dark Depths looks super cool on the round Bing shape though, added to the whole sea monster mystique, having the tentacles wrap around. Yeah, so that was very, very specifically designed for that. Carl and I like sat down and like I gave him the whole spiel. You know, I'm like, hey man, I want, you know, like I know you probably never like drawn on the angle before, but like I want a square painting on an angle, like, you know, like the core part of the design, like, you know, I gave him like the whole story, like, you know, I want a few tentacles coming in, you open up the wrapper and there's just like this massive like sea monster like coming up there, nice fade from some like dark purples up to like some light blues and stuff, make it look like it's the ocean and stuff. And dude nailed it. So cool, awesome. I'm really excited. He actually moved like a mile away from us. He used to live down in Portland, so I'm really excited to I don't know, see if I can hang out with him, maybe have some tea or something, figure out how to make that work. Yeah, Orlando. YGT was offering a kilo brick a while back. I think it was like an auction or something like that. It's not uncommon. People press kilo bricks all the time. It's usually like the lower quality material, just because it's cheaper. I mean, a kilo is a lot, but a lot of times what we'll do is whatever's left over, like from a production. Say we've got a blend, we put the blend together, we press all the cakes. They just take all of the rest of the dust and the broken leaves, and they just like steam it and press it into like a giant brick for us. So I actually have it's about a 768 no 768 gram brick of the original Space Girls, which was just all the rest of the material and stuff like that. So we usually have them do that. Whatever's left over, just in any blend, just like steam it and press it into like the biggest shape you can. Like Doom cakes. We've got them all stuck back at the warehouse in Kunming. The kids have some really nice Jingmai material that farmer we work with in Jingmai pressed for them in like big giant tocha shape, like 500 gram tocha shapes with some really nice Jingmai material. He let the kids kind of like help sort it and blend it, and then pressed it for them. He made some custom wrappers, like wrote their names and stuff on there. So we've got those aging in Kunming as well, which is pretty exciting. Orlando, what would you be down for purchasing a kilo brick of Space Girls? What was that? Joshua, Space Girls broke off, and you literally broke off. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. This tea's actually got a little energy in it. I got a little bit of a head buzz going off from it. So, but I haven't been drinking tea in a while. Like I said, I have got a little sick over the holidays, and it's kind of just gets busy. A lot of orders to pack. A lot of hiking through the forest with my sleigh full of tea packages. I think the post office is done for deliveries for the year though. At least around here, and one package slipped out. So Pascal, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry. Your package slipped out of the bag. I got it here. We'll get it out as soon as we can. I'll probably have to refund your shipping on that. I feel really bad. But I'll message you because I'm not sure if you're in the chat. 500 to 1,000 gram cake. Yeah, we thought about it. You know, like it'd be really fun. I would love to press some larger shapes. The trick is it just looks so much more expensive. You know, when you put something on the site, it's gonna take me a while to heat this up. It just looks so much more expensive, and I would love to do 400 gram cakes and stuff like that, but that makes like a quality cake, something like Jade Rabbit, like a Jade Rabbit blend, just $80 for a 200 gram cake. It makes like $160. Like it's quite a lot to spend on the tea. And then what we find is that like more people, not as many people actually buy it. They just buy samples of it, and we really want people to have like the full experience. And so we find that if something's in the 200 gram range, it sells more as a cake, which is really what we want. Pu'er Tea Dragon, any exciting teas planned for this coming year? Any aged shungs? So there's one design I've been trying to finish up this year. I'm close. I haven't really got it. It's a tea called Sun Liquor, and I'm really excited about it because it actually turned out super awesome. I still need to finish the design for 519 Shanghai and get that out because that just needs to be done. Promised that for a long time. Finally, that was a huge hassle. Just like 519 was a huge hassle. Like sourcing that material, like that whole thing was just a whole story in and of itself. But yeah, I got to get the 519 Shanghai design done. I'll get there. It's just a matter of time. But the Sun Liquor design's pretty close to being done. And I'm gonna actually try and get that pressed a little bit sooner. I don't know. Sometimes with like the designs and stuff, like I get this like crazy idea in my head. I absolutely love it. I run with it. And then like once I'm like close to being done with it, then I really start to like hate it again, and I start to like doubt, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know, like is this going to be a good design? Is it not going to be a good design? I kind of get a little stressed about it, get a little gun shy, and so yeah, that's kind of where I am with Sun Liquor right now, because yeah, definitely. Design's definitely a little bit more out there, color and design wise. I had to put myself into a uncomfortable position. I don't know. Just sometimes I mean, I get really like hooked on like very specific like color schemes, and I kind of wanted to branch out a little bit and put a little bit more different color schemes into some of our cakes and things, and just kind of puts me into an uncomfortable place. Like working with colors that I'm not normally used to working with is all I'm trying to say. But I think it'll work out. I think it'll work out good. Speaking of T energy, Rose says went to Vancouver and did back-to-back Slumbering Dragon and Altered State with your friend who's fairly new to Shang. That's horrible, man. It's not horrible. It was actually probably a ton of fun. He has ADHD and he was switching conversation topics every 3 seconds. It was so much fun. I'm sure he was just probably like a ball, like in a pinball, like bing, ding, 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 ding. That's hilarious, man. Yeah. So Ro just lives down the street here, and he stopped by and bought some tea gift for his friend and went up to Canada with him. He's like, dude's never had tea before, so I'm gonna have brew some Slumbering Dragon in Altered State for him. So he just like went hard with it. You should have live streamed a session like that, man. That would have been pretty funny. Kalije says, I've been told by so many people not to do is blind buy teas. Yeah, well, you can blind buy teas if you really know the if you know the person in the company. So I'm actually like really pleased that people actually do blind buy teas from us now, which is great. I mean, it just shows that people people trust us, or they've gotten used to like our taste, if that makes sense. So anyways, let's see what's next is so I've got a cake of is pu-erh Tea Dragon. Are you still in here? Are you still in the chat? So I'm drinking the sample. I'm drinking the special sample that I made for you to make up for the bing hole sample that you got. And yeah, I was gonna send him a sample, and then I realized he's in the UK, and it would have just, I don't know. We're shipping it from China. It'll work out. It'll work out. But I was like, well, shoot, I need a tea to drink today, so we're gonna drink this one. And where's my knife? Yeah, Kalije, thanks for the note on that. It's like it really. pu-erh Tea Dragon's still here. This is it. This was your. This is the sample. This is the sample that I made for you after I promised I'd send you another one, and then I realized that it would cost more than $3 shipping because you're in the UK. I totally forget. Like I kind of space out. I'm like, oh hey, I'll just send it from here when I could have just tossed it into your next order from China. I've made a huge mistake, but it's all good. Rectified it. So it's a little cheaper to ship it from China, but it'll just take forever to get there. But that's what it is right now. Everything's like that. Look at that, all that nice bubble wrap I put on there. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, follow pu-erh Tea Dragon. He unfortunately got a sample that was like the entire bing hole from a cake of the sprawl, and that is not what we actually hoped for. So talked with the people that are making our samples for us right now in China, and I was like, hey guys, nobody wants like a whole bing hole unless you're a liquid Proust. He would actually prefer straight bing holes. You guys don't get samples from us. This is one of our fancy little sample packs. Look at that, even hand wrote. Can't even see that. Hand wrote the sprawl on there. So didn't have any sprawl stickers here. You guys don't know sprawl. This is our cyberpunk themed pu-erh tea cake, which I'm very excited about. That was a fun design. Pretty simple, just kind of like a big urban sprawl kind of thing. That's the whole idea behind it. But yeah, our wrappers are kind of fun. Like first year we had tea tins. I don't know if any of you guys actually remember any of our tea tins. Anybody here in the chat actually have any of our tea tins from year one? We did a lot of tea tins, and we did samples in Mylar and stuff. And man, it just like like the cost and all that just seemed like such a waste. Like, so many tea tins, and there's only so much tea you can get in the tins, and so I thought it would be fun to do a pu-erh wrappers and actually wrap it up kind of like origami style. They were very, very confused when I brought this design to them at the printing place, but It actually works out well. It kind of folds out, opens up, and I mean the paper is totally recyclable, compostable. You can do whatever you want with it. Use it for pu'er tea tasting notes. We're gonna do like a straight 10 grams on this one here. Pu'er remembers the samplers with a tin. I still have like a handful of them around. I with like tea that was like sealed in those tins like 9 years ago. Bug Catcher Wade. Hey, good to see you. I haven't seen you on and haven't seen you in a while. What are you drinking? Ro, the Bing hole's the best part. Bing hole can be good. Bing can be good, but it's Bing hole is better in balance with some other leaves. Like if you're just sitting there like brewing like one session with like an iron hard Bing hole, that's it's not going to be representative of the cake. So pu'er Tea Dragon, check it out. This was a sample I was going to send you. Look at that. Look at that nice gorgeous crescent moon shape right there. That is nice and thick. I don't have a Bing Slayer here. Speaking of Bing Slayers, somebody actually broke their Bing Slayer. There was a Tocha that was finally strong enough to break the Bing Slayer. Say it isn't so. So Bing Slayer has been killing it for a long time, but finally they found one Tocha. It's heavier. One Tocha that was tougher than that Bing Slayer. I mean. Whoa, laptop. Caught it. Nice. Yeah. Let's do this up. But I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink it in silver too. Hey, check this out. So this silver cup, if you guys are ever curious, like how it actually works, this silver is not painted on. This is actually like formed. I noticed this one here was just like a little bit loose. Depending on the shape, it can actually pop off. Look at that. So that's actually it's not plating. That's actually it's thin, but that is a solid that's a solid sheet of silver that is massaged with great care into this shape. So this is just like a regular porcelain cup. It's nice on the outside. So what they'll do is they'll take a negative of this, or they'll take a duplicate of this, and a positive and a negative, and they'll take a sheet. They'll take 10 of these they'll press it in a hydraulic shape to get that rough shape into place. And so then once they get that rough shape, then they work by hand with really special very smooth tools. It's kind of like some heavy plastics, something that won't actually scratch it. And they'll just like work it, and then by hand they actually fold the shape all the way around, and that gets that, and then it's massage it onto shape, and then they have to sit there for a long time polishing it, get out any of the work marks and stuff out of there. So that's actually how it's made. So, and that's nice because it's relatively solid, and you're not going to be breaking through that. Pu'er, was this like that scene in Apollo 13 with the lander? It is. I don't know what we're talking about. You think you may have seen a picture of that? I missed the chat. Yeah, that Bing Slayer is breaking breaking cakes in Valhalla now. I sent them a new one. Like I felt bad, and so I told them, I live, I die, I live again. Just gotta witness that. So ride glorious in Valhalla this day, fair Bing Slayer, mighty Bing Slayer. All right. Now's the trick about trying to get all of this big leaf into this silver pot. Let's break it up a little bit. That'll help. I really enjoy brewing in silver, but it is a trick because it is quite hot. And I was talking with Kalije about this earlier. He and I were chatting about silver pots. In my experience, you get the exact same beneficial experience just from having a silver cup that you do from having a silver teapot. And the silver teapot certainly adds a glamorous element to it. But if you're looking for just like you want to have that beneficial silver in tea experience, you can get it from a cup. You can actually even get it from something like this, which is just silver rimmed. This is a cool story. Cool story with this one here is I was actually gifted this really gorgeous Genjon from the potter who made it because he pulled it out of the kiln, chipped it on the edge, cracked it, so there's a big huge crack in there. He didn't want it anymore. He couldn't sell it. This one would go for like $500 if you sold it, like this nice big bowl like this. So brought it to our silversmith and had them actually put a silver rim on the outside of it. And so when you drink it, even just having that much silver there can make a difference. You can notice it. All right, I'm behind on the chat, guys. Apologize. Alejandro, hey Glenn. Hope you and the fam are great. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, 2022, man. This is it. This is the year. Is it too early to say that? Oh, yeah, pu-erh. Yeah, they're explaining, when the command module and the lunar lander and stuff, how they connect to each other using. Yeah. You're right. That's funny. I had forgotten about that scene. All right, let's get this in here. Last little piece there. Okay, good. We got it. Finally made it in. Shake it up. Smell it. Orlando Ramirez loves our sample wrappers. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That was a lot of work putting that design together and testing it out, and then trying to explain to people in China how to actually fold it up. Things just get a little bit tricky. Origami is from Japan. Yeah, they wouldn't have had any problem with it. Oh, what do we got in chat? Collegiate didn't get into tea until like the third, fourth year, so no, yeah. Oh, so fresh. Very citrusy. Haven't had this one in a little while. Let's see, get that back up. I'll give it a quick wash. There we go. See what it is in silver. Silver is fun. Silver just does really cool stuff to the tea. Fun thing, if you brew in silver side by side in like just like a regular gaiwan, you can actually see a difference in the color of the liquor as well, which is amazing. Chaybeck, glad you could catch some of this stream again. It's been a while. Back to the kitchen for now to work on New Year's dinner. Cool. Thank you so much for thanks for joining us. It was really good to see you. And yeah, drink some tea tonight, man. You deserve it. I'm trying to think, what do we got? What am I gonna do with the kids tonight? They're not used to being up super late, so we might do like a. Well, actually, no, we'll do the New York New Year's ball drop at 9 for them. That's what we'll do. Yeah, pu-erh. This fellow kettle actually works pretty good. I basically just I don't use it for the keep hot feature. I just brew it up, brew it to boil. It was actually a gift from a friend, which is really nice, and I appreciated that. Michael, if you're watching, thank you so much. Thanks so much for the kettle. I did. I switched it up. I turned my handle around. I'm still working on it. I'm actually gonna build a handle like down here out of like wood or something like that. But I want it like shaped like this. It's just a little bit more ergonomic to actually have your hand. In my experience, to have your hand turned this way, so that when you actually do the pour, instead of like having like more of it cranked over like that, you kind of it's a little bit more ergonomic. When you steep tea a lot and you pour a lot, it starts to work on your shoulder and wrists and elbows. I've had some issues with that. How's it going, Lamu? Do you want to say Happy New Year, everybody? Everybody.
Happy New Year.
That's Lamu. Lamu says Happy New Year to everybody.
I saw somebody mention about their New Year dinner, so I'm thinking I need to put some rice.
Oh, Lamu's putting together New Year's dinner, starting with rice. The most important ingredient in every meal that Lamu makes. It's good. It's good. She makes really good food. I like it a lot. We had a gorgeous Yunnan style hot pot for Christmas with the family. Let's check this out. There we go. It's got some residual. It's mostly from the buds. There's some good buddy buds in this blend. It's nice. There we go. Kalijay says Happy New Year. Orlando's next purchase is a silver pot. Yeah, if you guys want silver pots, like we can do custom orders on them. We haven't been putting them on the site. It's just it's a lot of I just feel bad, like if a silver pot doesn't show up, it's just a huge price, and but we can still get some good deals on them, but they're pricey. But yeah, send me a PM if you're interested in silver pots. We can see what we can do. See what our silversmiths have on hand. The problem with silver pots is they're big. They average size is like 200 250 ml. It's not as profitable for them to work silver small that way. It's a lot more work to build the silver pots, and they don't make much more money on it. So for them, it's easier just to build big pots. Silver pots right now, price of silver 400 to 500 probably, like starting price for a good 250 ml pot. Like the bigger it is, like the bigger it is, the more silver there is, and so the more expensive it is. It's an interesting thing. So this is how they actually price silver pots. The price of a silver pot is entirely based on the weight of the pot, but they split the cost two ways, right? So like let's say a pot weighed like 100 grams, right? So it's a 100 gram pot. 50% of the cost will come from the weight of the silver. So if silver was, like $1 a gram, that's 100 grams, you're going to pay $100 just for the silver weight. And then the other half of the price is the artist's skill per gram, which is a really weird way to look at it, but that's how they do it. They don't set like a fixed price on it. So if like an artist is really good and they make amazing stuff, their price may be $5 per gram. And so like that pot would actually be a $600 pot, even though $100 of it was the weight of the silver, but then $500 was the weight of the artist's work, if that makes sense. It took me a while to really kind of wrap my head around how they do that, but it's kind of an interesting way to do it. And it actually makes sense at the end, because then they just there's like a set price on it, and then the second price changes and fluctuates with the market price of silver. Just kind of interesting how to do that. But again, that ties into why they don't like to make small pots, because small pots don't use much silver, and then they don't. Ooh, this tea is juicy. Nice. Kind of been craving a fresh young shung. Haven't had one in a little bit. Orlando, if it's crafted well, it should last a lifetime and more with care. Oh, these teapots, your grandchildren will be drinking these teapots. Like, you could drop it on the ground, it'll get dented. Man, this tea goes right to the head. It'll dent, but you can always just dent it back. And it's pure silver, so it's super malleable. I mean, you have to be a little careful with it, like easily getting scratches and stuff like that. But I don't do anything to clean it. And this one's got like a really nice, just gotten a really nice patina over time. The ones like this that have this hand hammered texture on it. I'll show both cameras. Right? It's actually kind of cool, because what they'll do is they run the hand hammering into there. It kind of creates like this really cool texture all over it, and then they sandblast the whole thing, so it gets this frosted look. And then they take a really fine sandpaper and they go over and they polish the highs, and so you actually see like the lows stay like that frosty color, and the highs have like a really nice, super shiny look to it. But now over time, like as the patina of the metal adjusts slowly, it's really nice. Gives a really cool look to it. Mama, you want a little tea? We are drinking the Sprawl. We're drinking it in silver because we are fancy, and it's the end of the year.
Oh,
and
why not?
Why not?
Oh, wow.
Why not?
I don't think I used this cup before.
I don't think we've used that cup ever. Congratulations, the first time using that cup.
End of 2021.
End of 2021. Got a new year, guys. Most of the world's already got it. We're on the tail end.
I need this.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. Yeah, Llama's in the back, guys. She tossed herself sacrificially on the grenade of the two children. Could you close that curtain while you're right here?
Yeah.
Thanks. It's kids. Kids are nuts. They're crazy. If I had them out here, we couldn't be able to hear anything. And you guys would probably be fine with it, but it would be driving me nuts. It would be driving me absolutely nuts. So, hey, love them to death. But they can be a little loud, especially when Daddy's doing tea. New Year's resolutions? Anybody? Anybody got anything? Anything fun that they're doing, planning for this year? Anything exciting? I guess it really depends. We've got Gemma and Gary are 3 and 5. Gemma's 5. Gary is 3. So, sister brother. So there's a lot of fighting. Yesterday, Gary was working on coloring a book. Gemma was kind of sitting there watching him, and Gary says, Gary looks at her and he's like, Gemma, you can't look at me anymore. And Gemma just burst into tears. She's like, Gary said I can't look at him, and it was just like the end of the world for her. She's like, I can't look at Gary. It's so funny. So I went over. I'm like, Gary, you know what? You can't control when people look at you or not. I'm like, Gemma and I are gonna look at you a lot. And I'm just staring right at him. He's started getting all like miffed. Like, I told you guys you can't look at me. It's so funny. Bug catcher Wade, lose some weight, drink more tea. I'll drink to that. Cheers. Yep, pu-erh gets a little loud and crazy at times, especially with school out. So it's been like a week or two, and then going a little stir crazy. It's kind of really cold outside right now, so they go outside and play a little bit, but they've not been playing in the snow. But that only lasts. It's only good for like 5 or 10 minutes. I remember that as a kid. Spending like a half an hour getting like all your clothes on, just to go outside and be absolutely frozen like 10 minutes later, and then wanting to go out in an hour. You're like, no way. Like I dressed you up an hour ago, and you were only out there for like 10 minutes. And the other side of it is just like the next time you do it, like she just like won't let you come in. It's like, nope, you've only been playing for 10 minutes. You got to go back out, and you're just kind of like you're sitting outside, just like waiting for them to like open the door. Like, can I come in? Yeah, Mom. Good stuff. Here's a funny little kid anecdote. And if I'm telling too many kid anecdotes, just tell me to switch to something else. I was teaching our kids the difference between truths and lies, and I thought that was a appropriate time to teach them the differences. And so I gave them some examples of things that were truths and some examples of things that were lies, and then I asked them to give me an example of something that was a true statement. And then I asked them to give me an example of something that was a lie. Gary, he just sat there, and he's 3. He sat there for like a really long time. He was thinking and thinking, and then he looked and he's like, shrimp is crab. That's a lie. You're absolutely right, buddy. Shrimp is not crab. So it's the funniest thing. He was just like, he really had to think about it. He was like, what's something that's not true? Poor guy. He's so funny. You can just see his like mind just like processing it all. Machine. But he got it. That's right. Told a lie. Hey, let this keep it along. Cat's tea period. Drank a Boolong Shung today in your winning 8-ball teapot. It was a fabulous tea session. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. I think everybody's finally got their 8-ball teapots in, which is so exciting to see. I think everybody was in here. Who was it? There was one other person who got the teapot. Look at that. There we go. Got some nice color now. Just a hint of that barnyard hay shung aroma. Steep this one a little long too, so be a little potent. It's already kind of potent. Whew. Yes, I don't know how to pronounce that, but you're right. Yeah, I forgot. It was Cat's tea period, Soul of the TVs, Christopher Lopez drums, and there was one other. Can't think. One other person got a teapot. That was a lot of fun. So Soul of the T-Beast, yeah. I only know people by Instagram handles, and it's awkward because Instagram now like gives like a presentation name, which is different than the username, and so it depends on it. Like gives me notifications one way or the other on my phone, and it'll be like Bob sent you this. I'm like, who's Bob? And then I find out like their username. I'm totally familiar with their username, but I don't know what anybody's real names are. Yep, this is it. This is the next one. Dark Depths, the original Dark Depths. Still 6 hours left. 6.5 hours left in this contest. Oh, it's pronounced the same as Mike. Well, that's easy enough. I can remember that. Mike. Mike's still in the. Oh, there's only 5 people left. Only 5 people watching right now. Everyone dropped out. We got holiday parties to go to. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. Ooh, yeah. I made this potent. Potent. That's how I like it. Don't mess around. Life's too short for weak tea. Soul Mystic, what's going on? Thanks for joining. What are you drinking this fine New Year's Eve? Hey, if you didn't know, we're having a sale. Sale's going on right now. 10% off everything on the site, including some gorgeous little Ishin teapots, which are from we still have a handful of these left, which are from the Seattle inventory. So these actually ship out relatively quickly. I mean, I say that now, but you know, post office isn't going to be taking packages tomorrow. Post office isn't going to be taking packages on Sunday, so the earliest I'd be able to get it out would probably be on the 3rd. What am I drinking? You missed the beginning. That's fine because we've been drinking for a while. Brewed up a nice show pour from Bruce here in Seattle, who wanted to know. He's like, hey, got a sample of the tea that I bought when I was in China. I want to get something similar to it, so he sent me a sample of it, and I brewed it up, and I'll give him my thoughts on that. But now we are drinking one of our 2021 Shung Pours. This is the Sprawl, which is a subtle nod to cyberpunk, which is a genre that I'm fascinated with and love very much. pu-erh drank some 2016 Slumbering Dragon the other week. How was that? I bet that's pretty mellow right now. That stuff, that sharp like early bitterness on that really melts quickly over the years. Orlando Ramirez, you and the fam doing anything for New Year's Eve? Do you let the kids stay up? I will let the kids stay up until like 9, and then yeah, I'll let them. We'll watch the New Year's Eve New York like ball drop, and got some little like poppers, just little poppers outside, and then throwing the kids to bed. Yeah, when your kids are like 3 and 5, like there's no point letting them stay up till midnight. They will be angry little monsters. So like 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's generally when we put them to bed. We'll let them stay up a little bit, a little bit later tonight. Yeah, tomorrow morning though, Lamo and I and my brothers, we're gonna go down to Puget Sound, Edmonds, 5 miles west of here. We're gonna strip down to our swimsuits and we're gonna run right into the water. Nice big polar bear plunge. We do it every year. There's a big event. A lot of people get out there and run into the water. Get a nice fresh cold water soak to bring in the new year. Although shoot, maybe we should stop doing it. Maybe it's not helping. I don't know. I actually think it helps. It's actually a ton of fun. Lamo does not do it, so she will watch from the shore with warm blankets, ready to welcome us back. And we were gonna do the kids, but this year's it's incredibly cold. It's usually it's actually pretty warm on New Year's Eve, but New Year's Day, but this New Year's it's gonna be really cold out. So yeah, pu-erh, too much William Gibson novels as inspiration. I just love William Gibson, clearly. So everything about cyberpunk, all the cyberpunk genres, Blade Runner, anything cyberpunk, love it. Whew. Yeah, I made this one strong. Just gotta steep through it. Yeah, tea energy on this one's already. It's not creeping up. It's diving deep. I think that fits. Well into the fun little piece of derivative creative fiction I made for the description of the tea. Yeah, this is a Chinese virus injecting itself straight into your cerebral cortex. Orlando says, "Ha ha ha! Sounds like wife." she can stay up. Your wife thinks she can stay up, and then she's asleep by 10. Yeah, dude. When you get old, it's just you get to that age, and you just don't want to do it anymore. Like you just don't. Like you know what? You're like, I'm gonna watch a little something. I would just like rather like have the time and just relax and go to sleep early. Which ironically is something that we almost never do. We're super late owls around here. Night owls, always working on China time. Like Lamo usually like puts the kids to bed. She goes in the bedroom and she starts fulfilling all like the e-packet orders from China. Working with the fulfillment center over there. She's a machine. She'll work on that for hours after the kids go to bed. Like every single night, working on getting the orders done. So she does a lot. She does a lot of work on that, and so it's work that you can't really do easily during the day because hey, everyone's still asleep in China. So yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do. I do have some champagne and orange juice for the morning because mimosas on New Year's Eve just sounds great. Sounds great. All right, let's get another steep into this one. Yeah, juicy, very juicy. A lot of body in this too. Pu'er, short story wise, I always liked Frederick Brown's 1950 short story answer. Let me look that up. I'm always looking for some. I'm always looking for some new things to read. I know this? Have I read this before? I can't remember. It looks familiar. I can't remember. No, it's similar to this looks similar to it reminds me of a short story by I think it's just Isaac Asimov wrote a short story on well, he wrote tons of short stories. I'm just trying to think. There was one that he wrote that was like only just like a couple chapters long or something like that, but dealt with I guess all of his stuff kind of deals with ideas and concepts of God and infinity, and it was very recursive. Where the guy became the God that made the next world. Kind of goes back and forth. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I see that. I won't spoil the ending for people, but sometimes I wonder about that myself as well. Like, am I actually living? Have I actually like died, and I am currently like living in like the flashback of your life? They always say that like right before you die, like your whole life like flash before your eyes. Like, is that it? Am I actually like living that flashback like right now? Is this it? I don't know. Good questions, deep stuff, deep thoughts. Speaking of concepts of exploring who or what we are, it just cracked me up. So showed the kids Home Alone for Christmas. They watched it. They hadn't seen it before, and we're talking. Gemma was just very emotional. Like the idea of like him like missing his family or like waking up and like his family not being there was really upsetting for her. She enjoyed the movie, but she was kind of upset about it. And so we were talking about like what they would do if we woke up. Like Gemma, what would you do if you woke up and like mom and dad were gone? And she just got really emotional thinking about it. She tried to think about what she would do. And then Gary stopped and he's just like, what if I woke up and I was gone? It's just like I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I don't know how to answer that for you, buddy. He's yeah, starting to question his existence at a very young age. That was a good one. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Kids are fun. It's fun to watch their brains develop and thoughts that they come up with, and their own individual, unique personalities, and where they go, and how they come up with stuff. It's fascinating to watch their brains. Trying to remember that Asimov short. Let's see if I can remember Asimov short. Yeah, dude, search for Asimov short story. You're not going to find see if I can find it. Fun piece of fiction about Isaac Asimov. I think he is still the only person who has written authoritatively in every single subsection of the Dewey Decimal System, which is incredible. That's like it's like batting 1,000 in baseball. He wrote everything. Oh, so hey, who's watched something you mentioned Lord of Elder Scrolls, which is different, but who's watched Witcher? Witcher seasons 2. What was it? Maybe just trying to see if I can I'll never be able to find it in time. Oh no, this is it. Maybe this is it. The last answer. I knew it sounded similar. Yeah. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you liked Frederick Brown's answer, look up the short story The Last Answer by Isaac Asimov. I knew it sounded familiar. That's a pretty cool one. Ray Bradbury's the Velda to the Velt. Should I? I can't remember. I think I remember reading it, but Orlando, you said you think The Witcher season 2 is better than season 1. That's funny because I actually felt like entirely the opposite. I was just like, dude, like I don't know, maybe it was like maybe it was like the pacing of it or something like that. I absolutely loved Witcher season 1. But now that like Witcher season 2 is done, like I get it, but it was just like it felt. Maybe they do that on purpose. They're just kind of like they're building like a really big picture, but they're showing you like little bits like here and there until like when you zoom out and you see it all, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all this thing that happened. So I like season 2 much better now that I'm finished watching it. But I just remember it just seemed a little bit too dense, a little bit too world building for me. Like maybe I just wanted to see like more like monsters and action or something like that. But yeah, The Witcher season 1, absolutely loved it. But Witcher season 2, now that it's done, it's I could see myself watching it again, trying to pick up on the parts that I missed. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. What was it? Oh, who's watched Book of Boba Fett? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Yes or no? Book of Boba Fett, episode 1, season 1, episode 1. The Velt's the one with the virtual reality room that's a little too real with the lions. And maybe, I mean, it sounds really familiar. Like, I mean, I've read so much, it may have maybe stuck in there somewhere. That sounds familiar, but I can't remember. Reading it. A while back, I downloaded or I found a list of top 100 greatest like sci-fi fiction books of all time. I've been trying to like work my way through it, and I actually found somebody who it was torrent, but somebody had compiled all the audiobooks for the top 100 list of that, and so I have more time to listen to audiobooks while I'm working and stuff than I do to actually sit down and read. So I was kind of trying to go through and kind of fill in the blanks for a lot of the sci-fi that I haven't had a chance to read over the years. I've been in a Dune kick lately. It's kind of working through the prequels. So I'm on House Harkonnen, and that's actually I actually enjoy the prequels a lot. I think it's pretty cool. It doesn't feel it feels it doesn't feel like it's working against the Dune books, like I think some people have described, like some of the post books have done. I think it's I've actually enjoyed the prequels a lot. So if you're looking for something fun, it's pretty light. It's not too complex. Orlando felt the politics in the background too convoluted. Very absolutely. I was not emotionally connected to the Witcher politics, like the kingdoms and the northern kingdoms and the mages and stuff. I don't know. I just didn't really want to deal with that. I just didn't really. I don't know. I didn't feel connected to their political situations and stuff like that. But I really liked yeah, I mean, I like the main characters. Like Yennefer, Ciri, Jaskier, Geralt. I wanted to see more stuff with like them together on little adventures and stuff. I don't really care about anything else that's going on in the world, but it's And there's a whole handful of characters that you just start to really not like them, and so every single time, like the little elf spy that was Cyrilla's friend. I don't know. Every time he's on the screen, I just kind of get annoyed at him. I watch things in weird ways, guys. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about there anymore. Yeah. So yeah, Book of Boba Fett. Did anybody watch it? Anybody watch Book of Boba Fett? Book of Boba Fett season 1, episode 1. I hopped on midnight Disney Plus. Watched it. I was a little bit let down. The Mandalorian has put the bar so high for post Skywalker Star Wars stuff that I was expecting like that, and it was just like that, and I was just like, it's tough. Boba Fett's my boy. Always has been. Waited my whole life for like a Boba Fett series, and now that it's here, it's like, I really hope they make it up in the next episodes, which is tricky because Disney does the whole thing where it's like, hey, we're not going to show you the whole thing. You actually have to wait every week, and so now I'm like, I want to watch more of it, see if they fix it. Or you guys are talking about Elder Scrolls lore. Yeah, that's something I never really got into. Any of that. I never had any of the. I never had a computer that ran any of those games. That's the Morrowind, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls stuff, right? It's all the same. Am I off base? Bug Catcher Wade, Happy New Year to you. You got to run, get dinner ready. Yes, do that. Have a Happy New Year. Drink some tea, and have. Man, here's to 2022. I'm ready. 2021 wasn't exactly what we hoped it would be, but I think we made better of it than we did with 2020. I think 2020's really kind of hit people just completely sideways. At least 2021, it was just like it felt like being able to like get a little bit of control back in our lives, and so hopefully in 2022, just focus on the positives, steep through it. That's all you can do. Just don't let the haters get you down. Drink good tea and just go forward. So yeah, have a Happy New Year, man. There's a kids show on Amazon right now. It's called Nico and the Sword of Light. Might be suitable for the 5-year-old. We're really, 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 really tight about media that we let them watch. In fact, we don't hardly let them watch anything. Like right around Christmas time, they were like we let them watch like we watched Elf, we watched a Christmas Story, and we watched Home Alone. And so that was probably the most movie stuff that they watched in a really long time. Yeah, so we just at this point in time, we're just kind of keeping them away from the media stuff. So we'll figure it out. They've got plenty of time in their life to binge watch everything that they didn't watch. Yeah, Orlando, like Book of Boba Fett just felt like it was missing something. It was like I just felt like it was missing something. It looked really good visually. The story just seemed like eating plain oatmeal. It's just for 4 months in a row. Like, and like you're sitting there like maybe it'll get better this time, and then you just like you open it, it's like, no brown sugar, no milk, lukewarm oatmeal where it's all like stiff and rubbery. It's just like it's sustenance, like you'll live, you can survive on it, but it's like the Mandalorian was like freaking like steak and lobster. Mandalorian was just like everything that I ever could have hoped for in a post Skywalker TV series. Like Mandalorian is more Boba Fett than Boba Fett is. Like now that he's out there, he's like, what are you doing? That's not what Boba Fett would do. Come on. Oh, Collegiate, yeah, different years in the game, yeah. Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. Yeah, I really familiar with a lot of, well, basically just from memes, those games, Skyrim, stuff like that. But never actually had a chance to play any of it. Heard a lot of really good things about Skyrim though. What else have we been watching? I don't think we've been watching too much. It's just been so busy, especially like the holidays and stuff like that. Tell you what, if you ever get to the point where you think like Christmas and the holidays just isn't that fun anymore, because I was like certainly there, like my late 30s and stuff. It was just like, man, it's like Christmas again. You know, you gotta do this thing. Just have kids, man. Like seeing Christmas through like a child's eyes is actual magic. Like it just is actual magic. Like they are just so excited and enthralled about like everything, like the lights, the music, and like the tree. You know, like even even the whole Santa thing and stuff. Just letting them believe that, like just like that innocence. It's just magic. It really is, and so exciting for them. Just to see Christmas through their eyes and kind of like remember what it was like when I was a kid with Christmas and stuff like that. Like, so there's this the town next to ours, Edmonds, has a place where you can drop off letters to Santa. So the kids both like wrote letters to Santa, and then Santa actually writes back like a custom letter, and he like references things in that they talked about and stuff. And like so Gemma gets her letter and we're reading it to her. It gets to the point where it's just like Santa's just like, I really, like you're definitely on like the good girl list this year. Like she almost cried. Like it was like so emotional. She's like, oh, like Santa knows I've been a good girl this year. Like just like that that moment. It was just like so emotional. I was just like Santa knows. Santa's got my back. And then like Christmas morning coming out, like seeing like the gingerbread house has like some bites taken out of it, and the carrots of the reindeer were gone. They're like, dude, Santa came. So look at my stocking. Look, Santa came. I was like so excited about it. So much fun. Just to see that youthful innocence. It's I don't know. We could all use a little bit more of that. So we'll see. We'll have some fun with them. Have some fun with them tonight for New Year's Eve too. pu-erh is still waiting for an Akbar or a Wookiee movie. A Wookiee movie could be fun. Let me think. Yeah. Like what else would I like to see in a Star Wars? What else? Yeah, there's so many amazing stories that can be told in there. Oh yeah, I guess there. Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan story should be pretty awesome. Really excited about that. Raylo, Obidala. What is Obi-Wan and wait. I'm not sure. I missed what you're talking about, pu-erh. I'm not sure. Many Bothans, yeah. Yeah, I thought Rogue One was incredible. In fact, Rogue One, in my mind, go back and forth like Rogue One and Empire Strikes Back. I mean, I gotta always put my Empire Strikes Back right up at the top, but like Rogue One is like right there at the edge. Like Rogue One, such a good movie. Opportunity. What are you drinking? Happy New Year. Oh yeah, this tea is just juicy. This tea will go for a long time. Very got some really nice fruitiness to it, kind of like dried apricots or something like that. This is tasty. It's honestly, I think I might like it better in clay. The silver is really like stretching it, making it very peaky. But that's what silver does, and I think I might like this tea just like a little bit more mellow. You know what? I'm gonna make an audible. We're switching to an Ishin pot. I wanted to do a little seasoning with this one anyway. So somebody wants this pot. It's gonna have some really awesome tea going through it. And I do have, look at that. I actually do have some tea tongs. Use them. Are you revealing regions in your blends? We don't really reveal regions in our blend unless we feel that it's really indicative of something that region is actually known for. I find it actually gets really it gets pretty it ends up just not really being as meaningful. So when we find material that we think is actually special or unique or indicative of what a region is supposed to be known for, then we'll talk about it. But otherwise, I don't know. It just gets a little. It just gets like almost weirdly political. Like early on, like people were. The first couple of years, people would get upset and they'd be like, "Well, Crimson Lotus Tea doesn't know what Boolong is, because I've been to Boolong, or I've had Boolong tea, and this isn't Boolong tea and stuff, and so we just, it just, I don't know, it just sometimes that tea drama is just like not really worth it. So when it comes to like blend stuff, it's easier for us just to leave it as a unique creation that we've put together. And nearly all the blends that we've done, like once it's actually in your cup and working it out, like any of those individual like origin notes really are gone. It really works. It melds. It creates something new. Any chance of getting a silver teapot like that? Yeah, there actually is. So I mean, I've been getting a lot more requests about it. We stopped selling silver teapots for a while because they were there's just like some risk about shipping and stuff like that. And like if somebody like didn't get a silver teapot, it would just if they ordered one and it didn't arrive, it would just kind of stress me out. And sometimes like China Post does some weird stuff. Like I don't know, you get some theft things in some packages sometimes, and so the idea of like a silver teapot not showing up at a customer just really stresses me out. But if you're willing to take that risk and accept that risk, I can totally find you something that'll work. Send me a PM on Instagram. Actually, don't do that. Send me an email. You can PM and email. I know it's a little bit easier for me to track things in email. All the silversmiths that we work with that make our cups for us, they all have and make gorgeous silver teaware, handmade stuff. I really prefer the handmade stuff. A lot of the silver teapots out there are cast, and I don't know. I just when you're dealing with like some like heirloom level quality, something that's going to be with you for a long time, I just feel it's worth it to have something that's actually like made by hand. Like these things here are actually like made from like a single sheet of steel. I mean, silver, and they actually hammer it out. The spout's actually like brazed on, but they can actually make the spout as well. They can actually shape it. Those are like twice the cost. Yeah. Let me know. Send me a PM and maybe an email. Let me know what you're looking for. One of the tricks is like it's got to be big. They don't like to make small stuff, so 200, 250, 300 ml is kind of like the standard. You can sometimes find stuff as small as 180 ml, but you'll never find like or we'll very rarely find like 100 ml or 60 ml pot, because they just the amount of cost that it goes into making that pot versus the amount of silver that's in there and the complexity of it. They just don't even they don't even bother. So we've tried for years to get them to make gorgeous little silver pots, but only found like one guy who was doing it. He only made like one, and then it's just too much work. He didn't want to do it anymore, so it's tough. I can hear the kids in the back screaming like crazy. Should need to send Lumble a message telling them to put the kids in the room for a timeout. Maybe they're just getting hungry. I'll probably do like one more steep out of this, and then I probably need to get my evening with the kids, get the kids going on, give Lumble a break, set some stuff up. So I'll do one more steep in the clay teapot here. See how it goes. Kid symphony, yeah, more like a cacophony. Kids. Yeah, the other fun thing is a lot of the silver teapots are Kyushu style. You'll notice like this has a cord wrap on it. That is actually, I mean, that is critical. You could not operate it without that. Silver is an incredible conductor of heat, and you will absolutely burn yourself. That's why like you can never use a silver guy one. That just doesn't make any sense. Solid silver guy one, I see them online, like you will straight up burn yourself. There's no way around it. It's just way too hot. But Kyushu style with like a nice like bone handle or like an ebony handle, and then there's like usually like a big wooden knob or like a horn knob on the top, so you can hold that like sideways. It actually works out really nice. You can just kind of like do like little pour thing like that. Here's a funny little anecdotal thing. So this like beautiful like cord wrap and stuff that they've got on there. I was like watching them put these together. I was like, man, it's so gorgeous. Like, and they just sit there and it's like, like they can like wrap this thing up in just like a couple minutes. And I'm sitting there like watching the knot, and I'm like, you know what? That's what every single like prepper paracord military like bracelet that all the cool guys have on. Like this is the exact same weave, it's the exact same knot as the paracord bracelet knot, which I thought was hilarious. Once I was watching them do that, I'm like, wait a minute, like that's just making paracord bracelets. It's kind of funny. But they're pretty quick at it. There we go. I actually think this this tea will work much better in clay. There we go. Yeah, the side handles are pretty nice. It's a little bit, yeah. The side handles are actually pretty cool. I actually really like the side handle ones. I think they're super useful. But the cord wrapped is cool. Cord wrapped is nice. Cousin Robin in the chat on YouTube. How are you, Cousin Robin? Thank you so much for joining us. How are you guys down there? Did you guys get any snow? I would have Llama and the kids come out and tell you Happy New Year, but they are screaming like little banshees in the back room, and I do not want to bring them out here. Yeah, Khalija, you like big pots? I hear you, man. I generally do 150. 150 is my go-to, but it really depends on the ratio that you get. All good here, Robin. Yeah, lots of snow. Lots of snow. Hopefully you guys are hunkered down, and you're staying safe. Ooh, look at that pour. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. That's quick. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Pu'er's got a few side handle pots, but not silver. Japanese and Chinese ones also have two smaller barrel ones. Yeah, I do. Yes, I have one. This is my Mark Moeller side pot one. I've not brewed this one in a little bit. It's nice. I like it. I just don't have very many of them. And also, yeah, let's get out of silver for this one. Robin, you're warm and you have plenty of tea. That's good. That's good. That's important because it is really cold out there. Really cold out. Yeah, this is a cute little teapot. Working on seasoning it up. This one is available on the site. This is really nice. Got some really nice decorative carving in it. So if you 10% off right now on the site. So if you guys get this, it'll have a nice well on its way to a nice seasoning. Soak up some of those tea oils, get a little bit over the top. The nice thing about the hand carved ones is that when the tea oils kind of get all stuck inside of those cracks and stuff, it develops much darker inside of there. The tea oils sitting there. It's pretty cool. Is this the 200 ml one? No, this is only like I don't know, 110-ish, 120 ml, something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, pu-erh, another pressing of Whispering Sunshine. Really exciting for that. We weren't able to press enough to do like a really big wrapper production, so we just kind of got a fun little stamp and stuff in there. But really excited about that one. If Ro's still in the chat, he might be. Ro actually, since he's local, he was able to sneak a sample of that with his last order. He does an order, drives over here, picks it up, and I gave him a sample of Whispering Sunshine. Whispering Sunshine is such a bright, clean, clear tea. It just resonates with a really pure energy. It's gorgeous. There we go. This is actually much better in clay. Love that silver pot, but for this one here, it just made it a little too peaky. I don't remember exactly what size it is, Khalija. It's on the site. It's not considered Dragon's Egg. I forget what that. I lose track of the different shapes and stuff. But it's pretty easy to see because it's only the Yeah, you bought. What did you buy? You bought that pear one. Like, actually, the pear one that you got is gorgeous with the carvings and stuff in there. It's a really nice pot. I'm glad you grabbed that. You're gonna really like that pot when it comes. It's really nice pot. All right, guys. I think I need to go rescue my wife. The kids are screaming like mad back there, like little banshees. They're probably hungry. But anyways, yeah. So Happy New Year, 2021. 2021's done. If you guys have anything that check out the teas that we got on the site. The teas that are going to be getting a little bit more expensive. If you see something that you want, it's 10% off with the code Happy New Year, and yeah, it'll probably arrive in March. But hopefully 2022 sees some quickness introduced into the international shipping scene, and there's not things that are stuck around for a really long time. Oolong Drunk joining just as we're shutting it down. It is good to see you. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to everybody. I love you all. It's so great having you as customers and friends. It's a real blessing, and we wouldn't even want to do this without you guys. So thank you so much. All the best in 2022, and I'll be back another couple days. Probably do another little live stream once things settle down. Thank you so much again. Happy New Year, and I'll see you around.